When we start talking about things such as sound and all this sort of business, there's also time. Okay. Now, one of the most important timings is 120 beats per minute. Okay. I've got my metronome here, and one of the things that that is so important is understanding what happens with 120 beats a minute. For a start, it's a marching tempo. So you've got that. So you've got that. Now, what happens with 120 though is that we have a thing in drums called rudiments. It started out as the 26 standard rudiments, and then it morphed into the 40 rudiments put out by PAS, PAS, the Percussive Arts Society, in the mid-80s. They added another bunch. You see, those rudiments are dependent on that speed. And what I mean by that is something that doesn't get taught very often, and especially not in any of the books, you know, that kind of thing. I had to learn it the hard way. I had to get yelled at more than 3 decades ago. I joined the brass band, and you know, and I was doing everything by the book, but instead of the piece of music being 120 beats a minute, it was, I think, about 90 or something, you know, 90 beats per minute. And so, you know, no worries, I was playing along and I've gone, there's the crotchet with the 3 slashes and the tie and the crotchet there, 9-stroke roll. You know, my dear old teacher Harold Ripper, you know, pummeled that into me with the Buddy Rich book of rudiments in the day, sort of thing. Buddy Rich's book with the 20, in those days, still 26 standard rudiments, and all these variations and things. I played through that book for months. But what happens is that I went from this to this because it was a slower tempo. Next thing I know, I got, drummer, close those rolls, and all that. And that's where open and closed rolls come from, you see. But what happens is that when we're playing and practicing our rudiments and things, always remember it's tied to 120, okay? And what starts to happen is that when we're building our technique, that's number one. That's important. Of course you need to play it slowly. You don't go at a bull at a gate and try and play it right up to tempo straight away. It'll sound rubbish. So you just need to build it up. But you always have to remember that there's an end result. And that's something about rudiments and 120 beats per minute, okay? Always remember that that's a pivotal timing. And you also got to remember 120 beats per minute, that makes it a half a second, okay? So there you have that. So there's something in the cosmos, if you want to teach holistically, that it's actually tied up with time, the planets aligning, our time system of months and years, you know, and it recalibrates itself every 4 years for a leap year and all that. There's something there. I don't want to get too highfalutin with it, but this is about rudiments and 120. I hope you get something out of it.